Okay, folks, this will be a real challenging one. It looks really nice, but I don't think it's going to be terribly photocopier friendly, to be quite honest. So I'm going to try and see what I can do with it to make it come up a treat, even though it's really a difficult thing to do. I hate this user interface. The company that built this photocopier, Konica Minolta, really don't know how to design anything decent. They just care about the money, and they make these shitty, gimmicky sort of setups like this. This is supposed to, in inverted commas, mimic a smartphone, but this is shit. It doesn't work that way. It's just a fucking gimmick, and people seem to like Konica fucktard Minolta. And the man behind it, Shai Yamana, is a fuckass. He's a money fucking idiot. He's a monkey. He really has no idea on what is good design. Anyway, enough of that. This is what we're photocopying, this glassware. We're interested in this section, perhaps. It's very deep, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to make it look any good. I've got to be careful not to be too rough because it's glass. So, but basically, yeah, I really don't like companies that build shit. And Konica Minolta just can't build anything half decent. But the thing is, I have to use their equipment because basically that's all there is, you know. Or there are the brands, of course, but they're shit as well. I had my reasons why I'd purchased a Konica Minolta, or should I say opened up a bank loan, and this is shit. Look at it, folks. It's on the lightest of light settings, and I can't get anything out of it. It looks terrible. I don't know what to do with this one, folks. This is going to be a real shitty demo unless I can lean that on, hold it up manually. I do think maybe I could, I might have to hold it up against the edge. I don't know if we can make it work in any way. We can't blame the manufacturer for this. This is not something that the manufacturer has any control over. This is my personal use, so I can't go in and blame Konica Minolta for everything, because I'm using this photocopier in an unorthodox manner. I don't know how this is going to look. Yeah, that looks interesting. There's a lot of darkness there. You can get some of that pattern there. And a little bit there. I've got to try. I don't know how it's going to work, to be honest, folks. But basically, yeah, I can't blame Konica Minolta for this, I must admit. I can't blame them for this kind of work, like failing. I'm going to try and use that area there, but basically you can't blame everything on the manufacturer, because manufacturers, well, they don't think of unorthodox uses of their kit. But basically, yeah, I mean, the photocopier is primarily designed to photocopy two-dimensional objects like paper, like documents, business, that sort of shit. And this looks really quite ugly. It's not sitting nice and flat as I'd like it to. You can't make it flat. I do see there could be something in that pattern there. I don't know. I'm going to try some more. Wondering I'm going to leave it on that, and going to leave it on that. Wondering what other controls I can manipulate. Wondering if maybe if we piss up the colour balance, if we take out and just put it in the middle so we don't have it too dark, because this will darken it. This will have the effect of darkening what we're doing. So I'm going to try it with a more orthodox colour balance setting. I'm going to try and focus on that piece there. So we're just going to try and put it in the frame. So I'm just going to make it really, really light. But this piece is really pushing the boundaries, even of what I'm doing. It's pushing the boundaries really hard of how a photocopier can image something. And you do get occasions where things don't work out like this. I do think for some reason there's a dark set piece in the middle all the time. That looks like it could have worked. I think we're just going to put the colour balance back where we usually have it, because it's too wishy-washy and it looks shit house and I can't fix it up. But basically, yeah, maybe some of the black could go. We could take out the black and see if we can get a three colour reproduction of this. But basically, this is pushing the boundaries really hard in imaging. Wonder how it'll look without the black. Yeah, that looks interesting. It still looks shit house. I do think maybe we could go, and there was one result that I liked that had some promise, and that might be it there. So I'm just going to go back to that, and I'm going to use that, or maybe even this. I think that's got a bit of potential. I'm going to try. I'm just going to switch the colour balance back the black to the normal end of the scale. I'm going to try another one. I'm going to try and find another piece of this interesting pattern. Maybe we can do the bottom of this, because the bottom is nice and flat. So we're just going to do this flat area here. I don't know how this is going to actually work again, because we just seem to be trying to push the boundaries a little bit too aggressively. I had a gut feeling this wasn't going to be an easy one, but I had more hopes for it than what we've got out of it. Yeah, that looks shithouse. There's a little pattern there I can see, which I might use. I'm just going to try and make a choice between which one we're going to use. I think this one's got a more intricate look to it. Or maybe this one's got a more angled look. I don't know whether we're going to just keep imaging and trying to take pot shots at it to see if we can do anything that's worth anything. We'll just try and maybe image this piece here. I'm going to try my best, folks. It's a battle. It's a real battle with this piece of kit and this piece of original. They don't seem to be working well at all, together or apart. Yeah, that looks interesting. We've got an interesting bit there. I actually think That looks too, there's no definition. I think this one's got a little bit of definition. I think we can run with this and maybe use the dot matrix original type. So we're going to run it with either copied paper or dot matrix, and we're going to blast it up 400. I don't think we're going to get any joy out of this. I think we're just wasting time and resources, but it's a nice ornament nonetheless. I think it's got more future as an ornament than a fucking demo piece. I'm going to try and put this piece, I'm just going to lift it up and I'm just trying to see where we're going to place it. But yeah, this is not a very demo friendly original. This is very demo unfriendly. Yeah, we've lost the original, the colour, but the colours look nice. We're going to push it. I think we've pushed it too far. I think it's gone too far down, but it looks nice, funnily enough. Got to try and see where to put it, because I pushed it too far down, and we got it at 400%, so we're just going to try and push it up into the corner as much as we can. Hands shaking. I've had 2 cups of coffee. That's one thing that doesn't close during this pandemic lockdown, the coronavirus lockdown in Sydney, is the coffee, and restaurants serving takeaway. So I have takeaway coffee now. I don't enjoy the experience. I'm not able to enjoy the experience of sitting down and having my coffee at a table. Table service is forbidden, but that's okay. It has to be. Anyway, that's looking quite nice, actually. Wondering where the centre of this job is going to be. But this looks interesting, considering what we started with. It looks really quite nice, actually, for something that looked destined not to work. But there's a lot of experimental stuff on the internet anyway, to do with all sorts of things that people push or experiment with. And some of these things I don't like setting fire to things. I don't like people, the way they like to set fire to plastic or some other, or electronics or anything. I find that quite extremely offensive. I don't like it, it scares me. But basically a lot of experimental stuff out there. But basically, yeah, I really don't like some of the experiments I see of, or I don't actually watch too many of them, but some of them are real lame and some are downright dangerous. Let's see how we go with this. So yeah, destroying things wantonly and all that, I just don't find that funny. But experimentation is important in this world. That's why science, science is big on experiments. Without experiments, you don't have science. So you have to push the boundaries of things. But basically this has turned out looking, it's not the worst, it's not the greatest either. But basically we've managed to coax something out of this machine with this object. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. Bit minimalist. I think now we can call this demo quits.